I've read some to say that the heart is the single most important psychological term in the Bible. And that's quite a statement, you know. I think it's probably true. It's used about 1,000 times in the Bible, and it seems to be the term for describing a lot of the capacities that we have. There are other terms that are used in the Bible to describe our psychology, soul and spirit, you know, the Hebrew and Greek versions of those terms. But the heart has an additional set of connotations, particularly revealed in the New Testament, though there's evidence of them in the Old, that the heart is sort of the inner person. It's our truest self. It's who we really are when no one's looking. And in our hearts is where the action is in what's most important in life. There's a promise that God gives to Israel through Jeremiah about a new covenant that God is going to give his people. And in that era of the new covenant, it says he's going to write his law on their hearts. Different than, you know, writing the law on tables of stone. And Paul picks up on that in 2 Corinthians 3. So one way of thinking about how to interpret that is that the Christian life is about the process of God writing his law on our hearts over the course of our lives. And there's a lot involved in all of that some of which we're actually just learning about as a result of the blessing of brain scan technology. We understand so much more about the brain now than we ever did before, and it doesn't cancel out any of the biblical revelation. What it does is it provides us with this amazing context of what it means to write things on the heart. It's reorganizing our brain and how we experience God and how we worship him. And the brain is involved in that. And, you know, the brain's not mentioned in the Bible to my knowledge, at least not very frequently. But God knew all of that from the beginning, since he created human beings. So I just think God has given us like this massively beautiful sort of puzzle that he wants us to work with him on, to understand, to develop a Christian psychology. And I think it really is rightly understood as it's centered on helping us to conform in our hearts to the heart of God, to be like David, a man after, or a woman after God's own heart.